Hello everyone. I just decided that I wanted to do a review on my dash cam. I have a Thinkware 750 dash cam. And recently I purchased the Thinkware 800 dash cam. And I put one in one vehicle and one in another. And I have to say right off the bat that I'm a little bit disappointed with the new 800. The 750, I am pleased with it. It works well. It does everything it says it was to do as far as notifications and stuff, and images are great. But the 800, I was excited when it came out, thinking that, all right, it's a new updated version. It's going to be better, maybe a better image. I think it does say that it has a better camera on it. So I was thinking, all right, pictures will be better and everything. But when I first got it, I had to return it because it wasn't functioning properly. So the first one I picked up, I had it for about a week, and the 800 links to a cloud, and you can do some cloud management on it. And you don't need the cloud, which I found out later that you didn't need the cloud. I thought you did, so I signed up for the cloud account and realized I didn't need it. Then it also takes a different app on the phone. So when I got that loaded, that 800, I have a hard time connecting to it. Anytime I want to view it, go in there and look at the files or tweak any of the settings, it seems to be challenged sometimes. You can connect to it, but it's just challenging. It gets connected, then it disconnects. Sometimes it won't connect at all. It says authenticating on the phone, it just won't connect. So that one, it's challenging trying to connect to it and manage it when you need to. My 750, it has a different app, and I can connect to it with no problems. I like it. It's great. I can connect to it, go through the settings and everything. It's fine. So connecting to the app is probably the first thing that I noticed, which was an issue. But the second issue that I noticed with it was driving around. I use the notifications for the safety, the lane changes, and I forgot what the other one is when you get too close. It tells you if something's in front of you, and it beeps and tells you you're too close. So I use those settings, and the 750, it's clear. It's accurate. You can set the distance like to low, medium, notification on it and everything. 750 is awesome. The 800, when I'm driving on the 800, that one, I rarely get notifications on it. And I've tested it, and I've got close to vehicles and I'm not getting notifications on it. So I increased the settings. I had it on low, then I increased it to medium, and no difference. So it's not as accurate when it comes to it detecting the distances. Every once in a great while I'll get something on it, but not like my 750. The 750 is spot on. I mean, it'll beep, and sure enough, I can look and see at the vehicle and judge the distance. I'm like, all right, I know this 750 says, all right, I'm too close. It's nice. The 800, just for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the camera or what on it, it just doesn't do good on detecting the cars in front of me. And I'll tell you, I'll talk about the camera when in a little bit. something on the camera. The lane changes. The 750, once again, is really good at detecting the lane changes. I have my 750 on low, and it makes a beeping sound, almost like a bow sound, just like when you're getting too close to a car for the lane changes. The tones are a little bit different, but it makes a solid bow sound of some sort. It makes a bow, ding ding or something like that. It makes a bow sound. My 800, I don't get a bow sound. I have it turned on. I don't get a bow sound. I get a click click off of that 800. So remember, I already returned that 800 one time. So this second one I got, I don't know if it's defected or what, but like I said, it just goes click click once in a great while. And I've tested it. I tried crossing the lines to see if it would pick up the lane changes all the time. It doesn't. It's just as bad as detecting the car in front of me with the lane changes. It's not good. So I think it has something to do with the camera, and I'll tell you why I think it has something to do with the camera. And you're hearing the beeping right now when I was driving, because I'm talking as I'm driving and I'm paying attention to cars in front of me. But the shadows, as you guys know, shadows on the ground will cause your 750. I'm thinking the 800 hasn't happened. The 800, because it's not that sensitive. 750, the shadows of a vehicle will make it beep, especially, you got a good solid shadow from a truck in the next lane. That it makes it look like there's a vehicle in front of you because of the shadow. It detects the shadow. Right now, a car cut in front of me, and it detected it, and that's fine. It's supposed to be doing that. The 750 is awesome, and the shadows, I deal with it. Those are bogus, but it's not a perfect world. So, but I was going to tell you about the camera on the 800. The camera, where it sits on the 800, it's that on the left side of it, it's like a round cylinder, and the lens sits on the round cylinder. The difference between the 750 and the 800, I noticed, where that lens sits on the 800, the cylinder is smaller in diameter. The 750, the cylinder, the round cylinder that it sits on, is wider in diameter. So you turn that cylinder to get the angle of your image when you're aligning the vehicle. So you align the hood and everything, you can turn that cylinder up and down, and it moves the line. Well, because that 800 cylinder is smaller in diameter than the 750, that means the camera lens is not as close to the glass as the 750. So when you stick it on the window, that cylinder is smaller, so that 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, whatever that distance is, the smaller diameter wheel, it brings the camera back. And when it brings that camera back that distance, what I've noticed now in all the images that I view, I got reflection. I got a lot of reflection of my dash. So the image is looking out, the reflection off the window is showing my dash, which makes it harder to really see a nice clear picture of what my camera is recording. So I don't know if that is the same reason why it's not detecting the cars in front of me, or it's not detecting the lane changes. It could be. I'm not somebody that has troubleshooted it, but just looking at it and using common sense, with that reflection there on every single image, all I see is my dash a lot, and with it's, you can tell from the 750 and the 800, the camera's pulled back. So you don't get that big wide view. The 800, you got a view, but I'm seeing a lot of the inside of my car, the edges. On the 750, it was more of everything that was outside instead of the trim around my window. So that makes a big difference to me. And I think that's why the 800 is not as accurate on the lane changes and the vehicle distance following in front of me. I'm thinking that's why I'm not getting those notifications. But maybe it's something else. Maybe I got a bad camera. Like I said, I replaced it once already. This is my second one. I worked with tech support on this second one, trying to get it connected. I had a hard time getting it connected. I actually had to format the SD card it came with, and I also had to download firmware from their website and load that firmware onto the camera to actually get the camera to work, I could connect to it. Prior to doing that, I wasn't able to connect to it. So to me, I just was unhappy. As a consumer, I should not have to update any firmware or anything on a camera or any product that I buy. It should be working right out the box. That's my expectation as a consumer. But I don't know what happened. So that's my thoughts. That's my opinion on it. And maybe somebody else is having better luck. Maybe it's working great, but I'm just putting my thoughts out there. My 750, I love it. The 800, I'm disappointed. Good camera, both of them. I love them. They're small, they're compact, they're easy to mount. The wire running and everything was simple. Great, but I'm just thinking, wow, maybe I should get rid of my 800 and just get another 750, because in my opinion, the 750 is better than the 800. But I don't know. I could have experienced two bad cameras, and I'm stuck with the bad one. But my thoughts, if it helps anybody, great. Just some input. If you guys, somebody out there is experiencing the same thing, I would really like to know. Am I the only one? Possibly. If I am the only one, then it is what it is. And maybe if you guys tell me that and I find out I'm the only one, maybe I'll just reach out to Thinkware tech support and see what I can do to get this unit replaced. So let me know. I'm just putting out some feedback. That way, if somebody else is having issues, if they're all having issues, then we can bring it to Thinkware's attention, and maybe they can address it for people in the future that are buying it. So hopefully this information helps somebody. It's, to me, the product, the 750 is solid. I was good with it. So hopefully they can fix this 800 where it'll be as solid as the 750. So any feedback would be appreciated. Thanks for your time. Have a good one. Bye.